The disposal options and selection criteria for waste will vary depending on the type of waste. Here is a general overview of some common disposal options and selection criteria for different types of waste. Type of waste, disposal options, selection criteria. Municipal solid waste, MSW, landfill, incineration, composting, recycling, the type and volume of MSW generated, the cost of disposal, and the environmental impact. Hazardous waste, incineration, deep well injection, landfilling in hazardous waste landfills, the type and volume of hazardous waste generated, the cost of disposal, and the environmental impact. Medical waste, incineration, landfilling in medical waste landfills, the type and volume of medical waste generated, the cost of disposal, and the environmental impact. Electronic waste, A-waste, recycling, landfilling in A-waste landfills, the type and volume of A-waste generated, the cost of disposal, and the environmental impact. Construction and demolition waste, landfilling, recycling, the type and volume of construction and demolition waste generated, the cost of disposal, and the environmental impact. In general, the most sustainable disposal options are composting and recycling. These methods reduce the amount of waste that needs to be disposed of in landfills or incinerators, and they can also produce valuable products, such as compost and recycled materials. However, not all types of waste can be composted or recycled. For example, hazardous waste and medical waste cannot be disposed of in a landfill or incinerator. In these cases, other methods, such as incineration or deep well injection, may be more appropriate. Ultimately, the best way to reduce the environmental impact of waste disposal is to reduce the amount of waste that is generated in the first place. This can be done by preventing waste, reusing materials, and recycling whenever possible. Here are some additional tips for selecting the best disposal option for different types of waste. Consider the type and volume of waste. The type and volume of waste generated will affect the disposal options available. For example, hazardous waste cannot be disposed of in a landfill. Consider the cost of disposal. The cost of disposal will vary depending on the disposal method selected. For example, incineration is a more expensive disposal method than landfilling. Consider the environmental impact. The environmental impact of disposal will vary depending on the disposal method selected. For example, incineration can produce air pollution, while landfilling can produce water pollution. Consider local regulations. Local regulations may also affect the disposal options available. For example, some communities may have restrictions on the disposal of certain types of waste. By carefully considering these factors, you can select the best disposal option for different types of waste.